Level up your English from basic to intermediate and advanced. Blow your own horn. To talk proudly about yourself. Example, he likes to blow his own horn about winning the game. To brag or boast about your achievements. Example, during the meeting, John blew his own horn by reminding everyone he closed the biggest deal last year. To self-promote or highlight one's accomplishments, often in a way that may seem arrogant or self-serving. Example, politicians often blow their own horn to gain public approval, emphasizing successes while downplaying failures. Hijack. To take something by force or without permission. Example, the thieves hijacked the bus and told the driver where to go. To illegally take control of a vehicle, system, or situation, often against the owner's will. Example, someone hijacked her social media account and posted fake pictures. To seize control, physically, digitally, or metaphorically, through force, manipulation, or unauthorized access, disrupting the intended purpose. Example, the debate was hijacked when one speaker dominated the conversation and ignored the main topic. Cling. To hold on tightly and not let go. Example, the wet shirt clings to my skin. To stick closely to something or someone, either physically or emotionally. Example, she clung to her best friend when she felt scared. To persistently attach or remain close. Often suggesting dependence, resistance to change, or strong emotional attachment. Example, he clung to outdated traditions, unwilling to adapt to modern society. Goofy. Silly or funny in a playful way. Example, he made a goofy face to make the baby laugh. Lightheartedly silly, clumsy, or amusing, not serious. Example, Tom is always goofy when he's around his friends. Telling jokes and acting silly. Playfully absurd or comically awkward, often used to describe behavior that is endearing yet lacking seriousness. Example, she has a goofy sense of humor that turns ordinary situations into hilarious moments. An uphill struggle, battle, task. Something very hard to do. Example, learning math can feel like an uphill battle. A challenge that takes a lot of effort, like walking up a steep hill. It's not impossible, but it's tiring and difficult. Example, starting a new business without money is an uphill struggle. Persistent difficulty, often implying resistance, obstacles, or unfavorable odds. Progress requires disproportionate effort compared to the reward, much like climbing against gravity. Example, achieving fluency in a foreign language without immersion opportunities can be an uphill task. Matriculate. To officially join a college or university. Example, she will matriculate at Harvard this fall. To be formally admitted and enrolled as a student in a college or university. Example, he matriculated at Stanford, where he plans to study engineering. Derives from the Latin matricula, register, being entered into the official roll of a university or college, signifying formal membership in the institution. Example, the policy requires all matriculated students to complete orientation before accessing full academic privileges. Veteran. A person who has served in the military. Example, my grandfather is a veteran of the Army. Someone who has completed military service, often respected for their experience. Someone with a lot of experience in any field. Example, he's a veteran teacher who has taught for over 30 years. Originates from Latin veteranus, old, experienced. Former members of the armed forces, often carrying connotations of honor, sacrifice, and institutional recognition. A seasoned professional with extensive expertise in a given domain. Example, the veteran journalist skillfully navigated complex political interviews with decades of accumulated insight. Unassuming. simple and not trying to show off. Example, she is unassuming, always kind and quiet. Modest, humble, and not seeking attention, with quiet confidence without arrogance. Example, despite his success, he remained unassuming and treated everyone with respect. Deliberately modest, lacking of pretension or restraint in self-presentation, avoiding ostentation or self-importance. Example, her unassuming demeanor belied a formidable intellect that shaped groundbreaking scientific research. Crack a code, break a code. To figure out a secret message or solve a puzzle. Example, she broke the code and found the hidden password. To successfully solve or understand something that is hidden, complicated, or encrypted. Example, the detective cracked the code in the criminal's message. Deciphering complex systems of symbols, language, or problems. Achieving insight into difficult challenges, patterns, or strategies. Example, the research team cracked the genetic code, unlocking new possibilities in biotechnology. Stagger. To walk or move unsteadily, like you might fall. Example, he staggered after tripping on the rock. To move in an unsteady way, often because of weakness, shock, or imbalance. To arrange things so they don't all happen at the same time. Example, the company staggered employee shifts to avoid crowding. Instability in physical movement or figurative disruption. Faltering gait, emotional shock, or deliberate scheduling. Example, the scientist was staggered by the unexpected discovery, which challenged long-held theories. Behemoth. Something very big and powerful. Example, the new shopping mall is a behemoth in our town. Something extremely large, strong, or important, often dominating its surroundings. Example, the behemoth dinosaur skeleton amazed visitors at the museum. Originally referred to a mythical giant beast symbolizing immense power. An entity of overwhelming size, influence, or complexity. Example, the multinational corporation grew into a behemoth, shaping global markets and political landscapes. Empathetic. Caring about how other people feel. Example, he is empathetic and listens when people have problems. Being able to understand and share another person's feelings, almost as if you feel what they feel. Example, the teacher was empathetic toward students who struggled with homework. Cognitively and emotionally resonate with another's experience. Not only recognizing emotions but imaginatively entering into another's perspective, distinguishing it from mere sympathy. Example, the counselor's empathetic approach fostered trust, allowing clients to disclose deeply personal struggles. Locus of control. Who you think makes things happen in your life, you or others. Example, if you study hard and believe that's why you pass a test, you have an internal locus of control. The idea of whether people see themselves as in charge of their life outcomes, internal, or believe outside forces like luck, fate, or other people decide things, external. Example, a worker with an external locus of control thinks promotions depend mostly on luck or favoritism. A personality construct describing the perceived source of control over life events. Example, entrepreneurs with a strong internal locus of control often persist through setbacks, attributing outcomes to their own strategies. Concierge. A person in a hotel who helps guests with things like directions, tickets, or services. Example, we asked the concierge to call a taxi for us. A hotel staff member who assists guests with practical needs such as booking tours, arranging transportation, or giving local advice. Example, she relied on the concierge to recommend safe sightseeing spots. From French origins, referred to a caretaker of a building. A specialized hospitality professional who provides personalized services, enhancing the guest experience. It has expanded beyond hotels into luxury apartments, corporate offices, and digital services. Example: the concierge at the five-star resort secured last-minute reservations at an exclusive restaurant. Rudimentary. Very simple, not fully developed. Example: the tools were rudimentary. Just sticks and stones. Basic, limited, or at an early stage of development. Incomplete or not advanced. Example: the village had rudimentary medical facilities with only one small clinic. From Latin rudimentum, beginning, first attempt, denotes something elementary, primitive, or foundational. Example: the theory was still in a rudimentary form, awaiting empirical validation and refinement. Geek out. To get very excited about something you really like, usually a hobby or interest. Example: he geeked out with his friends about a superhero movie. To show strong enthusiasm or passion for a subject, often sharing lots of details or knowledge about it. Example: the students geeked out about the new science experiment. Indulging in intense enthusiasm or specialized knowledge about a topic, often in a way that highlights one's deep interest or expertise. Example: at the tech conference, developers geeked out about cutting-edge programming languages and artificial intelligence frameworks. Move the needle. To make a real difference or change. Example: donating money helped move the needle for the charity. To cause noticeable progress or impact, especially when results can be measured. Example: the new marketing campaign finally moved the needle on sales. To shift a gauge or indicator, symbolizing measurable change. To produce significant, quantifiable impact rather than minor or symbolic gestures. Example: the policy reform moved the needle on public opinion, reshaping the national conversation. Grin. To smile, usually showing your teeth. Example: she grinned after hearing a funny joke. To smile broadly, often with amusement, happiness, or satisfaction. Example: he grinned proudly after winning the race. An expansive, often involuntary smile that conveys delight, irony, or even mischief. Unlike a polite smile, a grin suggests emotional intensity or unrestrained expression. Example: she grinned with quiet satisfaction, her expression betraying the subtle victory she had achieved. Role model. A person you look up to and want to be like. Example: his father is his role model because he is kind. Someone whose behavior, values, or success inspires others to follow or imitate. Example: the athlete became a role model for young players through hard work and discipline. An individual who exemplifies desirable qualities, behaviors, or achievements, serving as a standard for others to emulate. Example: as a pioneering scientist, she functioned as a role model, inspiring generations of women in STEM fields. Trophy. A special object, usually a cup or medal, given to someone who wins a game or contest. Example: she won a trophy for finishing first in the race. A prize or award, often made of metal or glass, that shows success in sports, competitions, or achievements. Example: the debate team received a trophy for their outstanding performance. A symbolic award that signifies accomplishment, prestige, or superiority in a particular field. Something gained as a mark of success or conquest. Example: for some collectors, rare artifacts serve as trophies of their pursuit. Representing status rather than competition.